Hey guys, hi, hey y'all. So what's up? I know I said I was gonna go live today, and I am on time. I know, right? Believe it or not. So I got 2 tarot decks that I will be using for love during the waning moon. But let's talk about that waning moon first, because the moon went out of Scorpio, full moon, and started to wane into Sag. So, and it will be in Sag. Yesterday it started, today, and tomorrow. And then it will be in Capricorn on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So I will actually be covering Thursday as well for the full moon waning moon in Capricorn. But before I do the reading, and I actually, today may be a little short. I'm not sure. If some of you actually do want to submit questions for me to do readings on demand, you can. Believe it or not, you actually can. For the love of God, I tell people not, excuse me, 1 second. I tell people, I'm like, hey, I'm busy. Can you not text me? You know what I mean? Because I'm that person. I'm that person that's like, hey, please don't text me while I'm doing this. And then they're like, they'll still text me. Maybe it's a Sag thing, because like, funny enough, I am a Scorpio Sagittarius. So this is the thing. Like I said, I think I might be a little short unless you guys submit questions. I have my orders already visible. So like if an order pops through, I will be able to see it and catch it as soon as possible. That being said, I do have it set up from 2 to 4. So I'm not entirely sure how long we're going to go today. It just depends on how many of you do orders. Like I said, the more I go live, the more I leave the link down below. You can book me at that time, and then I'll do your reading, and we'll leave it at that. I think I may do the readings at the end. I'm not sure. It depends. If I have one like come through, I'll go ahead and do it. We'll find out. We'll play it by ear. I'm kind of that person. I try to do everything organized, and it never goes according to plan. So, yeah, that's just kind of how every time I try to plan my life goes. Like, even my hair lately just doesn't want to do what I need it to do. So there we go. So anywho, so let's talk about that full moon in Scorpio and what it means when the moon wanes into Sag. So when the moon was full, as I'm sure plenty of you kind of went through, Scorpio made you really emotional. There are some of us that didn't exactly affect, because either A, we're already Scorpios and we know how to handle our emotions, or B, we're learning how to navigate Pluto retrograde right now. So having emotional outbursts isn't becoming of us right now. But that doesn't mean some people weren't prone to it. Usually, like, once you know how to navigate the emotions with the moon, you realize when an emotional outburst will be coming on, especially with the water signs. The water signs are really good at that. And so, like I said, a while back, like I said on, I believe it was Saturday when I did the live stream, that the water signs have this really great ability to pull whatever it is emotionally out of us, be it good or bad, and we kind of act on it. But with a full moon in Scorpio, we're purging as we are, I would dare say, like, as we're, sorry, there we go. I'm like, my hair is being weird. As we are going through the process of evolution, and that's kind of what Scorpio does. Scorpio is a sign of evolving. So is Aquarius, and I would even say Cancer. No. Cancer's an starting emotional evolution, but really it would probably be Gemini because of the two. You know, the two signs, the two twins, the two people, the male and female energies together. They're all kind of dualistic, the three that I just named. Cancer's not so much dualistic. That's the only downside. So this is why I need y'all to understand the signs of duality. which all of the signs in the zodiac are duality, but the 3 that I named have to typically do with the evolution of either the soul or of the mind or of the heart. That's very, 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 very important here on the 3D, because without those 3, you can't evolve. And I'm saying that as I shuffle. I don't even know why I'm shuffling. I don't plan on reading the cards. I just want them to kind of be shuffled, generally speaking. But I'm saying this because, like I said, it's very important for what I'm going to talk about, because that full moon in Scorpio is so, so powerful. It's a manifester. It's, like I said, Pluto's in retrograde. Scorpios out there who had a hard time with the full moon in retrograde, fear not, because our ruler's going retrograde, right? And you would think that'd be a bad thing. But honestly, as a Scorpio with a stellium, Pluto has really like cocooned me and nurtured me and allowed me to manifest whatever it is that I desire, believe it or not. But you have to learn how to navigate Pluto first before you can even navigate Pluto in retrograde, which I'm going to talk about on Thursday. I was really wanting to talk about Saturn on Thursday, but I think I may have to do Saturn and Pluto both. I'm not entirely sure yet. We're going to find out. We'll kind of find out more as that gets there. So stay tuned, because I'm going to keep explaining it. So this is where Pluto retrograde plays a huge part with that full moon in Scorpio, because we not only had full moon in Scorpio, but we have Pluto retrograde, which makes us even more powerful, even more of like that vacuum to manifest anything that we want down, be it good or bad. But you have to understand, if you manifest good things, you're going to rack up your good karma, just like your actions and behaviors. If you manifest bad things, Pluto will be having you for dinner. It's a nice way to put it. And not in a good way. He'll make your life a living hell, literally. So this is where it's like, okay, Scorpio's the truth bringer, the one who is like, they have an important job over life and death. Very, very, very important. Oh, hi. Yes, I am. I actually am. If you go to the link, you can purchase, and I'll answer like with tarot questions. But if you just have like a general astrological one, I'll answer it on here. So yeah, that's kind of like my gist of the astrology on how I'm going to handle it on the live stream, because, you know, I feel like that should be free information to you guys. But anyway, so let me see here. Hi. Welcome. I know I'm kind of surprised I'm doing a live stream, but I'm, like I said, on Saturday, I don't know if y'all saw the live streams on Saturday, but it was my first one. And like I said, until I can kind of get the full moon videos back to where they were, I'm trying to move. Like, I'm going to do live streams instead. I think it's fair for everybody. So what was I saying about Pluto? Oh, yes. Now I remember. Sorry, I get lost on track when people are like with the chat part. So I try to like make sure I say hi to everybody and greet them. So anyway, ask questions away. Go ahead. If you have a tarot question and you want a reading on demand, like I said, follow the link, go ahead and purchase it. It's going to come with a lot of kind of insight as well. But there's that. And if you just have a general astrology question, I can definitely answer that for you. So for free. So so let me see here. So Pluto is very much gonna just, he's kind of, like I said, I'm covering him more on, I don't know if it's going to be Thursday or Friday. I think I'm going to cover him all week, but it's going to be more and more in depth the further the week goes. Hi, this is my first stream too. So nice to meet you. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate that. This is like my second stream, so bear with me, guys. But that being said, you don't have any questions thus far. Okay, awesome. So what else is going on? Oh, yes. So this is where, like I said, Scorpio is the truth bringer, right? They have literally the reign over life and death. They have a very serious job, right? Right. So because they are so serious, that's why they're serious people. I know they're kind of brooding right now. Again, it's because Pluto's going retrograde. It's just kind of our process. Like, we have a creative process, just like Pisces and Cancer. That's kind of our creative process. We brood, we think things over, back and forth in our mind. We learn it from, You're so welcome. We learned it from Libra. Okay. Hold on just a second, my dear, because I'm checking to see Red Moon, if your order came through. Because like I said, I'm doing them via orders. So if you follow, there should be a link that you should be able to follow to go book it. And I can definitely answer your question. If you do a 10-minute reading, I can go ahead and do it right now. But you got to book it first. Because right now, like I've been doing so many things like Virgo. Okay, Virgo. Let me see here. Astrology-wise, what's going on for you? Okay, so third house, your communications are currently being like messed with thanks to, again, Pluto, because third house is Scorpio. Typically, this is, remember, general, because the astrology is going to be the free part. So for you, if you're having issues with communication, Red Moon, I'm just going to tell you, it's probably because Pluto's going retrograde. So everything you want to say, it's most likely coming out backwards. And again, that's because Pluto does that. Especially in the third house of communications. It kind of also, he's also, I hate to say it, but it's like, it's reckoning the way you talk, which is difficult as well. Because if you're coming off with mixed emotions, or like you want to say this, but it comes out wrong, third house communication typically is usually the problem. That being said though, let me see here. Okay, Red Moon, I'm not seeing an order come through, so I can't really do the reading like right now. I was just going to talk about astrology, but like I said, if you put an order in, I'm going to keep checking. I'll refresh it right now, see if there's one. Let's see here. Nope, not yet. Okay. But that's okay. Because like I said, I'm talking about... Hold on one second. Somebody else submitted a question. Okay. So I'm not sure how to say your name, but you were like, hello in the beginning. And I told you it's my second stream. So let's see here. How would he... Hold on. I'm trying to answer this. No. Hold on. I'm trying to... Were you trying to say how he would react? Because it like cut off. I'm like, oh no. Oh, that sucks, Red Moon. I'm sorry. Like, so if he's a Capricorn, okay, I will tell you this much about your Capricorn, Red Moon. He's going through a reckoning with Saturn. Oh, that sucks. But I'm going to tell you what, like I just said, he's going through a reckoning with Saturn. And it's so funny because I'm having a talk about Saturn. I had planned on it on Thursday because like I said, I was going to talk about that waning moon in Sag. I'm still going to do a general like love reading for everybody who tunes in. So don't worry. I'm still going to do a general one, but if you want like one personally to you, that's where you got to put the order in, because then I can like go ahead and pick up on all that energy. And then also, you know, I have my astrology cards over here. Like they're not as close to the table as I want, but I can also include them if you want. Just kind of give you guys a bit of better, more, I would say, perspective on what I'm talking about and like the energies. So I'm so sorry, Red Moon, about your crush. Well, I'm just, like I said, this is where I'm like, oh man, should I even talk about the Saturn return in his sign right now? I'm not sure. Like, I really want to hold on Thursday, but that's where it's like Red Moon. Like, I'm just like, oh my God, like his sun sign's like going through it right now and will be until December of this year. And like I said, on Thursday, come back on Thursday because I'm going to talk more about the Saturn return. But right now it's like really working his soul out, which sucks. But it is what it is. That's what Saturn does. His cousin keeps me updated though. Oh my gosh. So a quick question. If his cousin keeps you updated, what does his cousin tell you? Like, does he tell you if he's with other people, or does he tell you things about like how he likes you? I'm just curious. I'm curious because I want to know more about the situation so I can like intuitively gauge what you should do. Because that's typically what I do. So for those of you who don't know, let me see here. Is it Alina? Alia? I'm reading your post about, let's see here. Okay. Okay. Two guys. Okay. He hasn't responded. Okay. So this is my thing. You're Taurus for the Aries who really likes the Taurus, because I don't want to say like first names. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I want to make sure I said it right. Just for privacy reasons. So this is the thing, unless you're okay with me saying your name. Awesome. But like I said, so, okay. Where was I going? Oh, yes. So Taurus, Taurus right now has Uranus, or Uranus, as one of my friends says. Uranus moved into its sign. Uranus is the planet of freedom, the planet of like not just freedom, but like kind of it takes that rebellion nature of Sag and then says, okay, I'm going to be extra free now, and I'm going to come out like this, and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do that, and like, so like, because my moon is in Taurus, I am feeling more emotionally free, and I have like no reservations about what I say to anybody, which can be good or a bad thing. So for your sun Taurus, I'm sorry, your Taurus sun person, they're going through that in their everyday life of freedom. He's feeling freedom. So if he hasn't been responding to you because he's already kind of like, I hate to say it, like you shucked it off, you know, and he's like, okay, well, she wants to go be with someone else. She wants to go be with someone else. Now, intuitively, I would tell you, one, you didn't know, so you didn't realize how bad that might have worked against you in a way. And I hate to say bad, but like how it worked against you. But what you can do is damage control. Let me think here. You just sent it. Oh, dang. Okay. I'm like, oh man, the trauma drama has already happened. But that's okay. That's okay. We'll figure out what we can do, because do you know where his Venus sign is or his Mercury? If you know one of those two things, that's okay. Because then I can tell you like how we can mitigate that situation. If you do not, that's okay too. You can book a reading with me. I can look it up right here. Actually, I could probably look it up right here. Why the hell not, right? Excuse my language. But why not? Like, I might as well, like I said, the astrology is like here. I can look at least the sign and tell you how to approach him. But let me see here. Let me get back to Red Moon real quick, because until you can get me that yes or no, like information, or get the birth time or the birth date, even just the birth date, then I can generally figure out where his Mercury is. I'm really good at that. I don't know why. It's just a talent. It's like one of those hidden talents that I have. I can just pick out a person's Mercury. Let me see here. Hold on. Said if I, okay. Oh, okay. So you guys are not serious, not committed. Okay. But you're wanting to be. But his sign, I'll be honest with you, he's a Venus sign. He's a Venus ruled sign. He's going to end up wanting commitment, like eventually. Tauruses usually, I always like to say, they like to play in the field. They like to do this. They like to do that. You know, they like to have a good time. They're easygoing people, but they're very, very timid. Anything too direct and they kind of get scared usually. But with, like I said, with Uranus there, it's going to be completely different. It's more like, oh, well, that was kind of in my face, but okay, I'll go with it, because they're fixed. So like it's changing their fixed energy to be more free, which is awesome. I really I love it, because like in my emotions right now, it's so nice to like, you have to think they're like the, teenagers. They're like from 7 to 14 years of age, like preteens. You know what I mean? I would say they're preteens. Teenager to me is more like 15 to 19. But let me see here. So if he's got Uranus in that sign and his sun sign right now, and that's kind of the mindset he's coming from, he's being very much more easygoing. And this is something else that I was going to touch on. Pluto only goes retrograde like once every 10 years, guys. And I was really going to just touch on that again during later on in the week, but I feel like I need to say it right now. And the fact that Uranus is going into Taurus, it's been quite a while since he's been there. He doesn't communicate much, so I don't know. Okay, so, if he doesn't communicate much, honestly, his Mercury probably sounds, but if he wasn't Gemini, he'd be talking like a mile a minute like I am. And then he would be like, oh no, wait, I like you. Oh no, wait, never mind. Like, I'm cool. Like, he would be like that. So, unless his Mercury is in Taurus, then he would be shy. Sorry, like, you're seeing me like think about it. I don't want to waste my time. I don't blame you. Okay, Red Moon. Give me a second here, Red Moon, because I'm looking at what you've submitted. Okay, so that's all the cousin tells you. He tells you like if he's cool or if he's not cool. But then do you contact him or? Okay, so then do you contact him or do you not contact him? I'm just curious, like planetary wise, I'm curious because that's going to tell me like where exactly your Capricorn's coming from. Okay, so Elena, I think I'm saying this wrong. Elena, I'm not sure. I don't want to waste my time. I think he's shy. If he's shy, then his Mercury's in Taurus. So his Mercury is probably also being very freed up right now as well. So that means his speech is also going to be freed up. That's going to tell me exactly what's happening for the next at least year. He'll be going through this, which is, again, it's a good thing or a bad thing. So he'll be going, it's like Tauruses already kind of go with the flow, but they are also very blunt when they need to be. But at the same time, like I said, they're usually like easygoing, lackadaisical. And now that Uranus is there, it kind of like makes that energy, it's just more exacerbated. So hello to everybody who started watching the stream while you hear me talk about astrology. So other than that, let me get to see, and for Taurus people, this is where for Taurus people, because Taurus and Scorpio are sister signs, right? Their moon and their sun always like reflect on each other, which is why they're sister signs. They get each other. So I bet you 100 to 1 that Scorpio full moon had him like emotionally raw. It probably did. I'm not gonna lie, I'm sure it did. Probably because either depending on his moon placement and the sign he was, like the time he was born, all that stuff, the moon's going to play a huge role. But if he had a moon that was not in a water sign, like no Scorpio, no Cancer, no Pisces, if it was in an air sign or fire sign, I'm pretty sure the moon had him turning the wheels. Like, definitely. Oh, you're welcome. You're so welcome. But yeah, but then again, there's that energy of he's being free. So emotionally, like he went through it with this moon, and then sun-wise, he just kind of, how do I say this? Like he was able to get over it a lot quicker than most Tauruses do. Usually Taurus, like I said, Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarians are all fixed. And Scorpio is known to be like, when I hold a grudge, I hold a grudge. But the other 3 signs do it too. Don't think that they're out of this. Oh, no. Aquarius is way worse than Scorpio. I know an Aquarian who will not go to a certain restaurant here in Houston because they kicked his friends out of their shop, even though he likes their barbecue. It's been 12 years since that happened, and he still won't go to the restaurant. Yeah. Scorpio will be like, I'll hold it for maybe like 2 years, and then I'm done. No. Aquarius, hold it for life. So yeah. So now that I can talk about, okay, since nobody's submitting any more questions, I'm going to get back to that full moon in Sag. So this is the thing about the full moon in Sag. Sorry, I'm like, no, hold on. Full moon in Sag is next month, but the waning moon in Sag is what's important. That's what I'm trying to talk about. And I'm like, all the questions, I'm so great they came in and now I'm answering them. But then I was like, oh, I'm jolted. Sorry. I lost track. Like I said, this is my second live stream, guys. Just bear with me. I'm getting used to the ropes of it, and I love answering y'all's questions. It's really nice. Like, I kind of like this feature because I'm able to have real interface with you guys. So, which I really, really like, because it's different than just, sitting here kind of doing readings, popping out the cards with no one responding. So like I said, I really like this because it gives me this like time to engage with you guys. And please take the time to like, share, and subscribe because I will be doing more and more live streams. So That being said, waning moon in Sagittarius, they build upon what Scorpio is, right? They're building. It's building upon that Pluto retrograde as well. And the reason that this is very, very, very important is because Sag is the truth bringer, the truth seeker. Scorpio just sees the truth and is like, says it. Sag is the one who's like, I must have researched. Like, I'm going to take Scorpio's, investigative nature and read and read and read. They're like the philosopher. They speak the truth. Not just that, Scorpio speaks the truth that nobody can deny, but Sag speaks the truth that nobody wants to hear. And that's really difficult. And so with a full moon in Sag next month, that's going to be playing a huge part of next month. But for the waning moon, this is talking about, and especially in love, this is talking about with the heart. This is talking about where our hearts are coming from for the next 2 days. And then, like I said, I'll be covering it first day in Capricorn with that waning moon in Capricorn. So I'll get a little bit more into that. But it's really important that we kind of understand, okay, so I have truth in my heart that I cannot deny it. That is painful. Sag is like the brutal, painful, hit you over the head, thug life truth, which sucks again. But it's the truth. It is what it is. There is no denying it. Once you are able to face your truth, or face the truth of something. And sometimes we have fears of the truth, which sucks. But once we are able to face it, we can conquer it so easily. It becomes nothing, right? And so that's why Sag is so powerful with the waning moon. Whenever a waning moon goes into Sag, I always ask myself, okay, what is the truth in my heart? What is it that I know that is undeniable? What is it? How can I be true to myself and still love everyone around me? Because, Venus and Jupiter have a very interesting play. And this is something else that I wanted to discuss. Jupiter should be out of retrograde in Scorpio. There was a lot going on in Scorpio last month. And like I said, I'm getting to that on Thursday. So I will explain it. But it's important that we understand why. Because Venus and, Jupiter have this dynamic of passion and playfulness, and they kind of are alike, but then in different ways they're very different, right? And it's the way that they're different. Jupiter is like the omnios kind of Zeus, if you will, person who's like, hey, I'm that guy. I'm the party guy. I'm this person. I'm so much fun. I'm fire energy. I'm this. And Venus is very much like, oh, hello, I'm super bubbly. And, oh, yeah, I'm going to go to that party. And you see that guy? I think he's hot. But you know what? I like that guy, too. I want to commit to him. That's kind of Venus energy. But I'm going to just have, love and light energy. And then at the same time, I'm going to be really sweet and, make everything grow. Because that's Venus. It's really funny how I give them personalities, but that's really what they're like. So, and then, Venus, and you put Venus and Zeus in a room and they just laugh and laugh and laugh and have so much fun. You've got the Libra, the ruler of Libra and Taurus, cracking jokes, having a good time with Sag. Sag's taking it up a notch, making more talkative than, Libra. Librans and Tauruses are very quiet because, again, we have Venus as a ruler. She makes them come off as kind of shy. But God, guys, I'll tell you what, I can pull the shyness out of most people. And it's because of my placement with Libra and Taurus both. Because I understand that shyness. Those two signs, they're shy because you have to understand they're very gentle souls with loving hearts. But you have one that's an air sign who loves to be balanced. And you have the earth sign who's like, oh, I love, but I'm just going to create with whatever I love on the 3D. So awesome, right? So it's just so awesome how everybody is so different, even if they have the same ruler. You know what I mean? And also the mindset of where we're coming from, where Libra would be more diplomatic with their words. Sag is, even with the truth, Sag is way more in your face. And sometimes that can bother Libras to no end, because even Sag can be like, see, Libra, I have a decree and this is the truth. And you're hiding from yourself, to Libras. And at being a Mercury and Sag person, I know, because I have a friend who has a stellium in Libra. I'll be like, I'm right. And then he'll be like, he'll brood. And then he'll be like, I know you're right. Like, yeah. And it's like, I hate that. I hate that. Like, I love it, but I hate it at the same time because I wish people could be more truthful with themselves. And unfortunately, like right now we're shifting. So these planetary shifts are causing that to happen. But as a Mercury, like in Sag person with my sun sharing Scorpio and Sag, like I not only just tell you the truth, I give you that brutal truth, whether you want to hear it or not. No matter what I do, no matter how I try to like change it, make it seem nice, like it never works. It never works. I always get myself into trouble. Like, and you know, that's the funniest part of Sag that I love around the time during the waning moon is Sages are adventurous. They are so much fun. They're literally the life of the party. And that's what I love about being a Sagittarian sun cusp sign. And also the Merc is so, you know, Mercury and Sag. So many people just like, you take them to a party and they're like, you're so much fun. Where have you been? And Sag is also very responsible. And it's like, well, you know, I'm always having to be responsible, but I can still be the life of the party. That's very much Sag. And so if we kind of take that like life of the party energy and we do what we love and we learn with the waning moon, what it's trying to tell us, this truth, the truth that I said, again, is kind of undeniable, then you can learn how to transmute that and change it into something better. Now, I know there are a lot of mythologies out there about Jupiter or Zeus. I think in Greco era, so Greece, you know, Zeus doesn't have a lot of fun mythologies. He's either like very lusty or he's very like, I sentence you to this, you know, or he cheats on his wife. And I'm laughing. I shouldn't be laughing at that. I'm not laughing at that. I'm just laughing at the morality that he has, especially as let's say, a character, a form of God consciousness, right? Like he has some of the most, and I always like to read these little funny comics on Pinterest about the Greek gods. And oh, they're so funny. And there was one about Zeus and Hera. And it actually was like a trope. It played on the trope of Hera being the like wife who stood by Zeus even though she didn't want to. And you see her face at the end that she's just like raging pissed. And and he's like, I get to go be with whoever and you get to be the silent, quiet little wife. And she's like, at the end of the comic. And I love those comics because they really do make it, you know, one, they give her personality, and two, they bring out her personality of, well, I'm not going to lay there and take it. Now in the modern age, and I would dare say postmodern age that we are in, Sagittarian women are not like that at all. Sagittarian women are strong, fierce, outgoing. I'll be honest, I'm one of them. So like I said, I'm a cusp. So I'm that party, adventurous, but they're a little bit more the full on like Saggy women. Like they're a little bit more tight laced than me though. Sometimes even I'm a little like I have a sister-in-law who's a Sag woman. And so like, it's funny because like she's a Sag and my brother's a Sag. And so like I'm like, oh, Zeus and Hera, right? In my living life, you know, like, oh, this is so much fun to watch. And so like I will say like when Sages love people, like they're just so loving and so sweet. And I really like that for them because they really bring out that dynamic and they take that whole Zeus and Hera energy. And instead of like having that terrible kind of mythological, you know, the myth of love that they had as the two, you know, about Zeus and Hera, like instead they build upon this, like what we always thought it could have been like. And it's really nice to see that play out with those two and other Sages. I've met other Sages who are just like that. And it's funny because plenty of Sagittarians that I know always end up marrying each other. Kind of makes sense. I've seen some be with other signs too, though. So it's not just like they're just attracted to Sages and themselves. No, they're attracted to like, I've seen a Sag with a Pisces, and that was interesting. That was a lot of fun, you know, but again, you still have that dynamic of I'm the party type and the shy, quiet type. Again, we have that kind of again playing out, but the Pisces person was way more chill, like way more chill. They just let the Sag to kind of do what they wanted. And that's the thing about a waning moon and Sag. You just kind of have to let it do its own thing because that's what Sag does. Sag is the sign of moving forward. They always have their eye on the frickin' prize in the sky. I kid you not, because they're the archer. I would even say another part of them as a sign as a whole, hi, welcome to everybody who's new, is that, you know, I always like to think of Sag, because they're a centaur, right? So you got to think of them as a centaur that in mythology that I like to think of as Chiron. Even though Chiron has his own asteroid in astrology, he is known as a great teacher. He is known to teach almost all of the heroes in Greek mythology. He taught Jason, he did Hercules or Heracles. He did, there's one more that I was like, he's an okay guy. I think it was Theseus. He's an okay guy. Yeah. But like, yeah, Chiron kind of did a lot. And then, you know, was either him or, yeah, it was him. Yeah. And he got hurt. And then he got his own asteroid basically. But before that, that's kind of how I like to think of how it happened. But, you know, again, we have that, I got to research, I got to teach. I'm a little bit of a philosopher. I'm a little bit of this. And that's what I love about a waning moon in Sagittarius. It teaches us waning moons are about a time of rest and relaxation, retreating, going within. And very much so, that's kind of what that Sag energy is. It's about research. It's about, okay, again, like I said, that undeniable truth, the passion, where are my passions at? Where is the fire being lit? All of those things. All of them. You can't tell me there isn't like one thing right now that you are not passionate about, that you're going forward in your everyday life because of that waning moon, or that you don't think about at night. Because again, there's the Sag energy, that fire sign energy charging forward. So as of now, like, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get into like a general love reading, because I kind of covered Sag. I really want to cover more of Sag next month when the full moon goes into Sag, because like I said, it's going to be really, really, really important. So let's go ahead and do a general overall reading for a waning moon in Sagittarius. The waning moon is going to last in Sag tonight and tomorrow. So please show me. Waning moon in Sagittarius. What are the insights that we need to know? There's one. For the waning moon in Sag. Please show me. Please show me. Oh, there's another one. And it's so funny because I actually picked this deck because this deck is based on minimalism, art and art history. Some of you don't know, I actually do have a certified bachelor's in art history and criticism. So I take a lot of my decks and use the art historical periods. That's why we call this channel the Artisan Tarot, because I have so many different decks based on different art historical like time periods or structures, that it's important. Okay. Because art is a huge illuminator on the subconscious. Huge. There are always going to be cues, signs that we need to know. That art tends to... Really? Did I really just do that? Hold on one second. Sorry, guys. Okay. Alrighty then. Okay, sorry about that. I swear, I need to start really getting closer to the table. But... me, did I really just do that? Oh, goodness. All right, Bebas, let's see what's going on. Please show me what. Oh, okay, yeah. Sure enough, there's the moon in Scorpio. It's transiting out of Scorpio, going into the full moon in Sag, but currently waning. Which, by the way, for any Sagittarius who's watching, I like that. Seriously, I did it again, y'all. God dang. And I said dang. I didn't say damn. Some people always get after me because I say damn. Anyway. Hold on. Here's another one. Okay. So I love to have fun with you guys. Like, I really do. I think I'm going to, like, I know I said I'm doing this more often, but I enjoy this more than the freaking videos. Like, told you. I don't know, girlfriend. It's got to be your energy. I wonder what your energy is. It brings that out. But it's also kind of like what we're touching on too. So like, you know, Sagittarian energy. I'm like the cards, even with it waning, the cards will pick up on that huge fire sign energy. And like I said, they're the last of the fire signs. They bring a pivotal kind of, you know, like push energy. If I notice, that's one thing that I love about Sag, and I love being a Scorpio Sag cusp with that Mercury, is I tend to push people. Like, I don't push them like hard, but I gently, like, I first try to coax them with my Venus sign. But if that don't work, then I have to gently push, to encourage, not to hurt, but it's more to encourage them into a certain place or a certain energy that they need, that I know they need to shift in, and two, to help them. Because usually most people come to me for help, and then they're like, here, take all my problems. Like, I have a problem bag, like, like freaking Mary Poppins. And that typically is what happens. And so then they're like, take all my problems here. And I'm like, I can't take them. Like, you have to deal with them. That's not how this works. Okay, so let me show you the current spread right now. Sorry, excuse me. So here we go. Okay, Sun. Yep, there's Sagittarian energy. Jupiter's in Sag as we speak. So again, we even have Jupiter really pushing us forward at the same time while everything else is going crazy in the sky right now. I'm going to look at these in just a minute. I want to see what this is leading to. Okay, 3 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles. All we're missing is the 4. So let me see here. Like I said, I'm going to wait on this 1 second. I need clarification, but I want to read this first. Okay, so yeah, like I said, we are moving. There's the moon coming out of Scorpio and going into Sagittarius. As this happens, even though it's a waning moon for love and romance, this tells me what's ever going on in your love and romance life, things are shifting for the better. We have the Sun card here. The Sun is beautiful when it comes to love and romance. Love this energy. You know why? Because this literally is the Sun transiting from Taurus to Gemini. We're going into that twin energy. And I actually plan on doing a talk about Gemini, the sign itself, and its correlation to other things in the mystical/spiritual world. But that will be for another day. But it's important that we understand, like, why the Sun is going. It's showing its illumination, that it's actually also physically moving. So we both have the Sun and the Moon showing up, that it's saying there's physical movement here. Also, it's summer, time of joy, celebrations, happiness. People who are graduating, congratulations to you if you've already graduated or you will be. It's here. This is also could be a birth and or announcement of a baby being born too. But as far as it goes for like love and romance, this is awesome to have, because this is saying you're putting the energy out into your love and romance life that you want to see. And therefore it is being reflected back to you just like a mirror. And so as it's doing its job and it's bringing that to you, what's happening is the Hermit's here. The Hermit card says, okay, I have to reflect on the full moon in Scorpio. This is the card of Virgo. Virgos and Scorpios go together like peas and carrots, just like that. And I need you guys to understand why that's important. Because Virgos and Scorpios are, in Greek mythos, related, like mother and daughter kind of sign. So that's why for those of you who have questions as to, or always wondered, like, hey, why do their glyphs look kind of alike? That's why they look kind of alike. But also, you have, especially if you're a Virgo and you're watching this, I'm just going to tell you right now, or like whenever you watch this, because it will be posted. This right here, if you're a Virgo sun, you are actually really thinking about what just happened during that Scorpio full moon while Pluto's going retrograde. Love and romance wise, this tells me you're going a little bit more inward. Maybe we're not putting ourselves out more, but I mean, hello, we're already putting ourselves out pretty freaking good right here. So hi. So yeah, I just want to kind of show that to you guys, because this tells me we're thinking inward of what the full moon in Scorpio brought us. I'm perfect. Thank you for asking. I really appreciate that. Hi, I hope you're doing well. And so I was going to say, what was I going to say? Oh, yes. So sorry, guys, I get distracted. So love and romance wise, like I said, we're thinking about, and this is the thing, Scorpio is the sign that loves, man. We are known, let me move the camera back real quick so I can explain something. Being a Scorpio sun stellium person, let me explain something. We're always known for what we do in the bedroom. But what a lot of people, and I'm laughing, I shouldn't be laughing, but I'm laughing because it's funny. But, oh, let me check and see if you ordered something. Hold on one second. But go ahead and if you want to order a reading, you can, and I can definitely do it on here for you. But you follow the link. There should be a link like at the bottom of the box or something in the description. But anyway, so like we're known for what we do in the bedroom, but what a lot of people don't understand is what we do in the bedroom comes from this over encompassing love that we have for people. And even if we don't love the person and we're trying to get over someone else, guess what? We still use that energy during that intimacy, if you will. And we use it to get over the person to fall in love with someone else. That's how Scorpios work. We shed, we take off what no longer serves us. So for people who are Virgos, you're probably really thinking real hard about what transpired during the Scorpio full moon, especially in your love life, because Virgos tend to think and think and think and think, and they're so practical, and I love them. And they get me. They get my savagery. Honestly, Virgos love it when I go full Scorpio savage. I don't know why, but I guess it's because they're savage. They're more savage than me. But that's the thing. They think so practically, and they have such beautiful minds. And I love that about Virgos, and especially Virgo energy. But sometimes when we sit and we think too much, we're not living. And so that's really why the sun's here. The sun is here to remind us to go out and to enjoy the everyday while we try to attract our romantic partner and or love and romance. And this also tells me that our love life is changing. So this is good. This is good. I really want that to happen. So I want that for all of us. I want us to find the true love that we can all have, or that we desire, or that we deserve, because we do the work. So, and I see here, Six of Cups. Oh boy, Six of Cups. Let me put this back down. Hold on a second, guys. Sorry, I'm like trying to work on the. Oh, I'm going to answer your question at the end, okay? So just hang tight, because I want to go ahead and finish the reading before I do the angel cards. But I will be answering your question, I swear. So, give me a second here, because like with the Six of Cups, this talks about reunions. So for people who are having issues, and this isn't just like any reunion, I've noticed the theme of the day is exes. So I'm just going to tell you, your ex probably will be returning to you soon in the near future. If not, if they haven't returned in the present moment. Because here's why. I'm preparing you guys for the worst. Mercury is going to go retrograde at the end of next month during Cancer season. Okay. And that's usually when exes like to return. They like to pop into our lives and say, oh, hey, how are you? I want this thing with you. But, sometimes they don't stay around. Sometimes they do. Mercury retrograde is a little bit about re-examining. But with the Six of Cups, this talks about reunion. This talks about, and not just any reunion, reconciliation. Okay. This is a kind of like sweetness. Okay. And the beginning of a relationship. If you are starting something new and this is not with an ex. If it is with an ex, you guys are kind of picking up where you left off, but there's going to be some kind of new I hate to say reassurance, but that's what it feels like in the energy. And I see here, yes, we are becoming less defensive. I like that with the Nine of Wands in reverse, but it's not just about being less defensive. This is about having our walls down, literally. This is about like being open enough to receive the love that we are looking for with this sweetness. Remember, this is equal give and take, okay? Like, they're little lemurs. Isn't that cute? Like, aren't they adorable? I just think they're so freaking cute. I'm sorry, I just do. And it's just like, it's just a sweet little energy. Like, I'm like, oh, they're just so cute little animals. So the great thing is, oh my God, y'all, this guy keeps following me in every freaking reading I do. King of Wands, which is, again, fire sign energy, Sagittarian energy. For me, I feel like this is more Sag than Leo. In this deck, it's a Lion, so it actually could, in fact, be a Leo. But this could also be an Aries or, again, a Sagittarius. So again, we have this manifestation, this culmination of this beautiful fire sign, passionate energy coming into our love lives, which is great. Now, for those of you who are dating fire signs, or you are a fire sign, you are getting clear and you are becoming more mature. For those who are dating a fire sign, and it could be male or female, they're coming in not just more mature, they're coming in very headstrong. They're coming in very with lots of, I would say like, it's not just flamboyant, but at the same time, they're coming with a certain energy that is like, I'm going to provide, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm organized. Even for fire signs, it's weird for fire signs to be organized, but here they have their head on their shoulders and it's straight, and they're looking at it through a certain lens. Again, that maturation of energy is right here. But like I said, it's not just the maturation, it is also the reason is because they've had a lot of time to think and rest on, I'm assuming, that full moon in Scorpio. God, it did a number on everybody, because here it is again, they're resting. So remember how I said I need clarification, and I was like, these cards fell out and I didn't want to pull them yet. I want to find out what we're going into. Yeah, Sagittarian full moon. There it is right there. And the reason I'm leaving the cards like this sideways is because this is telling me movement. Huge movement on where the planets and or the houses are shifting. So like I said, I love this. At the beginning of the reading, we had that moon in Scorpio, full moon in Scorpio, transiting out, right? This is a waning moon in Sag reading. And yet, look, this all has to culminate around the full moon in Sag, which is perfect. Because again, we have Sagittarian energy here. Big Daddy Jupiter showing up again, which is good. I like this. So, okay, show me what's coming around with Temperance, because this is also a balancing act, literally. Movement forward. Yes, during Cancerian season. This will be right before the retrograde. Yes, 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 yes. This is what I want to see, y'all. Oh my gosh, yay. So, okay, Three of Pentacles, growth. We're going to have growth and stability by the time the full moon in Sagittarius comes around. And I will be doing a video about 2 weeks out about what you do during a waxing moon, okay? Because waning moon is like what we want to get rid of. So if we already know what's coming for us before the full moon actually hits, this is why the waning moon in Sag is really important. We face that truth. We go forward in our lives. We take everything that we need with us, and then we go forward with what we have, okay? Sure enough, there's growth here. Now, for love and romance, I don't really like the Seven of Pentacles like as an ending note, because this says like it's growing, but it's not growing at the pace that you want. And remember how I said, oh, look, it's 7 and 3, but there's no 4 here, which would make another 7. So this tells me you guys need to look up 7 and 4, because 4s are about stability. The 7 has already been built on the stability of the 4. But again, this is like, oh, well, it's kind of like half glass empty, half glass full. So now I'm going to pull the angel cards to see what else is going on. So give me a moment here. Let me shuffle a little bit, because we're moving forward clearly during Cancerian season. So, which will be, we got to get through Gemini, which is June to July. And then about mid-July, mid-June to July, it goes to Cancerian season, and then it'll be Leo afterwards. So, man, we got a lot going on. And the next 6 months are going to be pivotal for everybody. This isn't just about love and romance, even though today's the reading of the day, the flavor of the day is love and romance. Everything's shifting. When your love life shifts, your money shifts. If your money's shifting and your love life's shifting, there's a reason why. And I've been seeing it a lot with my clients who I take privately too. So I'm just like letting everybody know, because, you know, I don't want to hear later on, she didn't tell us that it was all going to shift. No. I'm telling y'all now. I'm telling you now. Hello. Be prepared, because it's coming. It's coming, good and bad. It's going to come. So the only way we're going to know going forward is how to deal with it as it comes to us. Unless you want to get an in-depth reading, you're more than welcome to. You can go ahead and book for the next live stream. Go ahead and book your reading for next time. I'm coming on Thursday. Or you can go to my website, www.tarotbymoon.com, and you can get a personal reading with me. And I can do tarot, astrology, with my pendulum, yes, no. So yeah, I do a lot. And I also cover moon signs. So you can talk about moon sign, Venus sign, dream analysis. I love doing dream analysis. Let's see here. So, oh, really? Okay, let's see what happened. This normally doesn't happen unless it's supposed to. So let me see here. There's a lack of trust here. Yeah, so for everybody who's thinking on like what happened and transpired during the Scorpio full moon, you are not really trusting and coming from a place of love and trust, which I hate to say, but again, the cards are just showing here there's not a lot of trust that you're giving. So let me find out, why is there no trust here? Because somebody isn't making an effort, even though, yeah, it goes back to, you got to start going out into the world. This is more of like, it's interesting because you have somebody who's, they want to go out, but they're going more internal versus external, even though the world and the world is telling you with the sun card, you must start to come out and enjoy the celebration, enjoy the sun, literally go have fun in the sun. That's what the cards are like saying. Coming in hot. Thank you. Okay, so I want to see here why. Also, there's been less defensive nature. Okay, because we're not going to be separated anymore. Sure enough, what I tell you, no more separation for us. Yay! Especially for those of us who have like soulmates or like twin flames. Like, I'm not like, this wasn't a twin flame reading, so don't get like all excited. But I'm just saying, for those of us who like have that ex who we know is a soulmate or a twin flame, the cards are saying there's no separation. Or you just have a lover who you don't want to be separated for. Again, there's no separation here any longer, which is what I like, because sure enough, the cards are echoing reunion. So I like that a lot. Okay. So let's see here why we need to, what was this person thinking on? Please show me. What were they thinking on? They don't want to wait anymore on you. Let's see what else. They weren't being playful. Yeah. Or, well, this is more future. So they are not being playful, but what can we do to fix that? They need to learn how to enjoy the attraction in the moment. Yeah, definitely. Because this is talking about how they don't feel attractive, but yet they're not feeling playful, but they want to go forward with you with the worth waiting card. Because usually I've had this card come up, right, and it pisses me off every time, because I am a sign that does not like to wait on anything, anybody, or whatever. I make my own path. And when I'm being told to wait, I get bothered. It's a Sagittarian thing, okay? It's a Scorpio Sagittarian thing, I'll be honest. We don't like being made to wait. We love to go forward. So I wish I could tell you why. But it is what it is. We don't like to be made to be waiting. And that's really with the full moon and the manifestation as well. For anybody who's a Sag sun who's watching this, yeah, it's important that you understand like why you want to manifest everything now, because you're being given the chance to do so within the next month. Let's see here. Why the Seven of Pentacles is here. Oh, it's to teach you about loving yourself. So this person, like I said, they're resting on you. They're coming for you. They're resting on you. They're making their presence known. Everything's growing, but it's not growing at the rate you want. And it's to teach you to love yourself. Because right now, if I were to just take this at face value, like in the present, I would tell you, okay, we're not showing the love that we have for ourselves. But sometimes some people do, but they don't understand like how that translates into their everyday life. So I'm going to give you a really good meaning of it. Basically, I'll give you a good example. You know that song, I Miss Me More? It's like a country song. It was by a country singer. It just recently came out, like, I think a year ago. But that would be like loving yourself and giving yourself, treating yourself first. It's not so much of a, I love myself in a selfish way. It's just like, no, I love myself as much as I love this person. They're not going to be held on a pedestal anymore because I'm holding myself there and I expect them to be holding themselves there. That's what this is about. Okay. So loving yourself and translating that into your everyday life, it's like, okay, well, when people, I'll give you another example. Like when your friends come to you and tell you like, oh, well, you need to do this. Well, yeah, I want to do that too, but it's not really the way that I want. How loving myself is about staying true to myself, right? Staying in my truth. And I have a mentor who says integrity. right? So we have to stay within our integrity, right? So how do we do that? Well, we have to say, okay, well, my friends are coming from a loving space. I agree, but it's not the way that I want. Yeah, sometimes things don't turn out the way we want. And that's the perfect energy for Sag, is they know how to make anything that they want come to life out of literally nothing. So this is really, really, really important, vital, okay? So because they take that of, oh, well, you know, like I said, my friends want this, I want this, but it's not sticking. So I go with my heart first, that undeniable truth within my heart, and then I go forward, right? So that is how you show love to yourself. And that is how you take this and you come from a loving space and you turn it upright to where you have love for yourself. And this also talks about your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So what is, you know, self-respect during a Sagittarian full moon is going to be really hard, but during a waning moon, it's not as hard. And here's why. Self-respect is something that, as a female who is straight, not a lot of guys like in the dating world that's single, like they have a very tough time with that. Some respect it, some don't. I'll be honest. This doesn't mean just not putting out. This is talking about like, no, I love me. Like, you know, if you guys ever watch Sex in the City, Kim Cattrall has a line where she tells her significant other, I love you, but I love me more. She took a little bit more of a selfish approach. But when it comes to dating, especially if you want somebody long-term, you want someone who's going to respect themselves just as much as they respect you, right? Because that means they're coming from an open-hearted, loving place. If you don't respect yourself, how do you expect the, you know, person you want to love to respect you? It's difficult, right? You walk that fine line. There's that Sagittarian truth that I'm like, God, it's going to get me in trouble. But but it's the point of the matter. It's trying to tell you, you've got to learn how to cultivate on that too, as much as your partner does. And if it doesn't match up, sometimes that happens. Sometimes they have to learn how to get that. You can't push someone. You just have to show them. And that's kind of the difficult part of being a reader, is people will come to you for help and then they're like, oh, take all my problems and here you go. Like, just give them to me. And I'm like, that's great, but I'm showing you how to do it. You've got to do the work, babe. I can't just not, you know, tell you and take all this, because that's not fair to me. And you've got to do the work. Man, tarot readings I love them because they show you the work you need to do. You know, they really do. So I'm going to see here what we can do to kind of gain more of that self-respect, how we can cultivate on that during this full moon in Sag. Because that's the thing about a full moon in Sag is when you don't, it's difficult because Sag is so passionate. So like, I don't expect around that time everything to be hot and heavy, because it's probably going to be. It's probably going to be. I'm not going to lie. So, okay, how we can cultivate more on loving ourselves first is, okay, yeah, we won't be expressing our loves, but if we express our love and we come from a place of go ahead and making the romantic gesture, boom, you're already showing how much you love yourself. Making the romantic gesture isn't just flowers and candy, because I've been with someone who did that but gave me no emotional value. He did not love himself. I loved me, but he didn't. You see how that translates? It's not just that. It's about making the effort. Again, and we had the make the effort card come up in reverse. It's about making the effort. You make the effort, the person makes the effort as well. It's like they have to at least try. And if they try and they keep trying, then they're really coming forward in evolution. If they say they are and they did it one time, that doesn't count. That's just like, oh, well, I gave it a half-ass try. Not, I really tried, honestly. Multiple times. Big difference. Okay? So I just wanted to kind of explain that, especially with romantic gestures, because it can be easily confused as people think, oh, well, a romantic gesture is, you know, them sending me a card or calling me that one time. No. This is like a multiple thing. But also with expressing your love, these work together. They build upon that, okay? They really, really do. They really build upon all of this. It's you make the effort, you start saying, not just saying words of love just to say them. You're coming from a genuine space, open-hearted connection when you begin to express that. And then you show to the person you're interested in that you respect yourself. Even if you have to draw a line in the sand, it's still showing that you love yourself. No matter what the other person says, they may think that you don't love them, but you actually can love yourself and love someone else. That's what love is. So let me get back to the questions. Hold on a second here. Sorry, my hair is all weird. It's in this weird grow out phase, guys. Okay, I'm a Virgo. Okay, Pisces. Okay. So for the person who's dating the Pisces with no response, let me see here. Hold on. I have to look at the wheel. Give me a minute. Hold on. I'm trying to think. Oh, give me a minute. Give me a minute. I got my cards. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Hold up. All right. I need these. Not that one. Not that one. This one. I'm using it because I need to tell you what's going on in their house right now so you'll understand. Not that one. Nope. 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 Okay. So, okay. So this is their sun sign, right? So their second house, third house, I'm laying it all out for you, friend. Give me a second here. Where's my Taurus card? Oh, there she is. Okay. So the Pisces is going to have a lot going on in their lives. And here's why. Because it's like pretty much the first half of their charts being activated. And then like, actually, I would dare say like the first bit of it, house 3, house 4. And then definitely their, I want to say 9th house. But that's why I'm laying the cards out because I want to make sure I'm telling you the right way. So give me just one more second because I want to lay all these out so you can see exactly what I'm looking at. Here we go. Whoops. Okay, so make some room. Sag and Capricorn Aquarius. Here we go. Okay, so actually I'm going to put this here because that's their 12th house. Whew. Okay, so to the person who's dating the Sagittarius, the Pisces. There's got to be somebody on here who's interested in the Sag other than me. Okay, so I laid all these cards out because these are all the signs of the zodiac, and I'm doing this for a purpose because I'm going to go in with the planets and show you who's where in their chart. So this Aquarius is their 12th house of endings and new beginnings, right? Even though that's their sun sign. Their sun sign is also endings and new beginnings, but the sign of the soul, the consciousness, right? Okay, so we got house 2, kind of quiet. House 3, activated with Uranus going retrograde. Mercury will be Gemini. Gemini will have a Mercury retrograde. Actually, Cancer will have the retrograde first, but it'll be kind of like tail end of Gemini, so we'll share that together. Neptune is in their sign right now. One more second. Jupiter is here. And Pluto is currently retrograde here. Sorry, my cards are kind of moving, and it's probably because of me, because I'm moving so much, but I want to show you what's really going on in their chart. Generally speaking, this is only general. And the moon will be transiting into Sag, right? Okay. So, I forgot Capricorn. Okay. So everybody else and the sun will be going into Gemini. Okay. So I know there was a lot of cards. It's a bit of a mess. I apologize. So the reason that your Pisces is probably not talking to you is because, one, their third house is being made to, teach them a lot more freedom. Okay. With this newfound freedom, Pisces tend to don't talk a lot because they're too busy exploring, especially if he's a male. Like the world is literally a womb for a Pisces male, as far as creatively speaking. It like gets their gears going, and then they get in this like creative kind of, I don't want to use a word frenzy because that doesn't sound right, but it like gets the gears turning. Okay. So then, so then what happens is the sun's transiting from Taurus to Gemini, right? Okay. So then their fourth house of friendship and communication and how like they talk to people is now becoming activated with the sun there. Their fifth house, hold on, third, fourth, yeah, fifth house is Cancer, right? So what's happening is Mercury is going to go retrograde in Cancer season for them. And what that necessarily means is that while they're being taught how do I say this? Like Cancer is the fifth house of love and romance, right? Technically it's supposed to be Leo, but for them it's Cancer. Cancer is very shy, okay? Cancerians, every Cancerian I've ever met is shy, no matter if they're male or female. It doesn't matter. The point of the matter is your person is coming off really shy, and they're also probably feeling that Mercury retrograde, okay? Because it hits the water signs first. Even though it's like a month and a half out, it still hits them first. That's why they're trying to purge whatever they can. That's probably one reason why he's not really talking to you. Two, oh yes. So the moon dipped out of their, give me a minute here, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. Okay, their own 8th house. And Pluto's retrograde in the 8th house, which I said for like the first 30 minutes of the video. If you tuned in late, don't worry, it'll be posted back again. But like, yeah, so the moon's, it's like they're Pisces, right? So they're able to go back into that Scorpio mindset. And so they're like sitting there thinking, mulling, brooding, of course, because that's what Scorpio energy kind of makes us all do. But especially the water signs. The water signs brood the most when anything happens with Scorpio. Their 9th house is being lit up like a beacon with Sag. And their 11th house of friendships. Wait a minute. Shoot. Did I do this wrong? Hold on 1 second. No, because that's their 12th house. Okay. It always throws me when I put that one at the end, but I do it on purpose to remind myself that's their 12th house. So here's their 11th house. Kind of Saturn's kicking its butt. Saturn's in there right now, kicking butt big time. So this is the thing. Your Pisces is hiding away because he has literally so much going on in his chart, generally speaking. Now, again, this is with just me going generally. This isn't even like if I know his birth time or anything like that. So you have to understand this person is really getting their ass kicked by the universe, some in good ways, pushing them, and in other ways, not so good. Painful endings with their friends or, you know, just feeling alone. And then we have like Sag really illuminating on that. If you see that here with that Sagittarian arrow, like you see, she's like pointing. Don't know if you see that, but yeah. So there's a lot going on for your Pisces, just a lot. Also having Neptune in Pisces is a huge deal too, because that makes them even more prone to what's going on in the watery void of the world that the water signs rule. So yeah, there's a lot going on there. Is there any other questions astrologically I can go ahead and explain for you guys, because I might as well since I have the cards out. We got 5 minutes left because I'll probably end this in like, okay, it's 3:13, so my time, so give me a second here. I'm Central, so 5 minutes from now, it'll be about like 3:20 something, close to 3:20. I'm thinking I might be overshooting here. 3:17. Yeah, it should be like 3:17, 3:18. I'll end it. So anybody else want to write in one more comment or question, please do so. Or if you want to book a reading with me, be it astrology, moon sign reading, tarot, I can do that for you too. You can go to my website, www.tarotbymoon.com. I'm going to go ahead and have it linked in the description box below once I end the live. But I will be back on Thursday. So Thursday, I'm going to talk more actually about this energy with Saturn in Capricorn. And I actually might have to do Scorpio. I'll be honest. I may even, in fact, have to do Pluto and Scorpio and it going retrograde, because I think, yeah, I'm probably going to have to, because I have no choice. Because it's important we understand why the Pluto retrograde is so very, 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 very important. So other than that, guys, go ahead and, last minute questions, go ahead and write them in. I'm going to clear the cards. And while I do that, let's talk a little bit more about, the readings, astrology readings in general. I love to do. Like, I love them as much as I love doing tarot readings. I actually have been doing the astrology part for about 9 years. I've been doing tarot for about 13. So yeah, I'm pretty well up to going on 14 years. I can't believe it's been 14 years since I started this in 2006. And then I got my bachelor's and I did more research and I did more work and I did more, I just did so much more with it. And then, now I'm into pendulums. Now I'm going more into the asteroids. So I'm starting to look more into past lives with the asteroids, which is a lot of fun for me because it's so illuminating on what goes on in a person's chart, where they were coming from in their last life. And it explains a lot to me about their planetary placements, what the insights they're supposed to be learning in this life. And that is so much fun too. I really do enjoy it. So again, we got 2 minutes left. Anybody want to write one last comment? Don't forget, if you want to order a reading during the next live stream, which will be on this Thursday, make sure you go to the link that I have below for that as well. It's going to be a booking link. And honestly, if anybody orders a reading here on live stream, that's going to be a lot of fun. And I can do, like I said, I'm going to include the pendulum. I'm going to include your personal, kind of astrology chart, depending on the time frame and how many questions you get. So usually, I start off with 10 minutes, but I could do 5. But the thing is if I do 5, I feel like I'm really limited. So that's why I start off at 10, because 10 gives me a little bit more time to look at everything and go, okay, this, and this. You see what I'm saying? And I really like that. So other than that, guys, all right, no more questions, no more comments for the day. Thank you so very much. Don't forget, tune in. We're going to be back 2 o'clock. I typically try to go 2 to 4, but because we don't really have that many people, we've had 4, which is awesome, and I'm so glad. But I'm sure this will be put again on YouTube. It'll be recorded at that point. So who knows? We may have more people on Thursday. But regardless, other than that, my darlings, I love y'all so very much. It's been a fun hour and 20 minutes. I love you all, and I will see you soon for our talk on Thursday about Sag. Okay? Other than that, I'll see you later. Bye, guys.